born, Bellevue?
Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wrestling practice from 4:15 to 5:45, basketball practice from 4:15 to 6 o'clock, cheer practice from 4:15 to 5:30, baseball practice at Hillwood from 4:45 to 6.
The Owl Eyes Birdwatching Club meets today in Portable 206.
You will have in front of you soon a survey asking what you would like the name of the new high school to be. That's right. We're getting a new high school built right up the street off of exit 196, just around the corner from Bellevue One Place. As you are considering the options, I want you to strongly consider this man right here. His name is James Lawson. I want to tell you a little bit about James Lawson and his commitment to education. James Lawson is a civil rights icon and advocate who worked here in Nashville. He led trainings for the student leaders. He led the formation of SNCC. He was a freedom rider. He helped plan the March on Washington, and he was a civil rights educator. In 1957, after returning from India, learning training in nonviolence, he met with Dr. King. Dr. King said, "Reverend Lawson, you must go south. You must help us with the cause for civil rights." James Lawson settled on Nashville. Here in Nashville, he began to lead trainings in direct action nonviolence. He would meet in church basements. He would meet at schools. He galvanized students from Fisk University, Meharry Medical College, American Baptist Seminary, and from Tennessee State University. They all came together, white and black students, to get training in direct action nonviolence. And when the lunch counter sit-in started in 1960, James Lawson was behind the scenes orchestrating it all. He helped lead such great civil rights activists as Diane Nash and John Lewis. And for that, he was kicked out of Vanderbilt Seminary in 1960. The police took him away. 12 of 16 faculty from Vanderbilt Divinity School protested and handed in their letters of resignation because this man, James Lawson, was leading a movement to integrate lunch counters and to say no more separate but equal. He didn't stop there. He was a freedom rider arrested in Jackson, Mississippi. He led the formation of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. He was a leader in the March on Washington. He is one of the greatest icons of the civil rights movement, and very few people know his name. That's not the end of his story. He continued advocacy right the rest of his life. He worked for workers' rights, for the LGBTQ plus community. He worked for equality for all. And when we named Fifth Avenue John Lewis Way, Reverend Lawson was right there giving the keynote speech. I humbly suggest that the best name we can give this new high school opening in Bellevue that honors the legacy of a great educator, it's not Bellevue High, it's not Hillwood High, it's James Lawson High, honoring us all. Please consider voting for James Lawson High.
You probably know that every year on November 11th, Americans celebrate Veterans Day to honor the millions of men and women who have served or are serving in the nation's armed forces. But bet you didn't know the whole story behind the holiday. For starters, it wasn't originally called Veterans Day, but Armistice Day, to commemorate the truce signed between the Allies and Germany in World War I on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. The first Armistice Day in the U.S. was celebrated on November 11th, 1919. All business was suspended for 2 minutes starting at 11 a.m., and parades and public gatherings were held to commemorate the occasion. Later, America also began honoring its unknown soldiers on Armistice Day, a tradition that continues today. At 11 a.m. every Veterans Day, a color guard ceremony represents all branches of the military at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery. In 1954, the name was changed to Veterans Day, following a national campaign to have the day honor all veterans, not just those who served in World War I. And did you know, for 7 years, Veterans Day was actually celebrated in October? In 1968, Congress moved Veterans Day to the fourth Monday in October so that government employees could enjoy a long weekend. But in 1975, President Gerald Ford returned Veterans Day to November 11th due to the historical significance. And that's where it sits on the calendar today. And do you know the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day? Both of them honor those men and women who have served in the military, but Memorial Day honors America's war dead, while Veterans Day honors all American veterans, living and dead. The U.S. Census Bureau estimates that there are currently over 21 million living military veterans in the United States. More than 16 million of these served during times of war, while 5.5 million served during peacetime only. So this Veterans Day, don't forget to say thanks to some of the millions of men and women who have served our country.